Good morning, angels and fallen angels. My name is Buffy Carone, and I am your fallen angel. Now, tonight we're going to talk about speaking to the dead, okay? And the dead do speak. Are you listening? Now, there's a number of ways to speak to the dead. You can use a Ouija board. Now, this is one of the ways. This is a Ouija board, and this one is extremely old. It is from 1938. Even though Ouija boards actually came out in 1920, this is from 1938, and it's extremely haunted. Okay? So this is one of the ways to speak to the dead, but I won't be doing the Ouija board this evening. So we're going to put that aside. Another way to communicate to the other side is using pendulums. And you can talk to people who have passed away, ancient gods, goddesses, and so on. It's a way to communicate to the other side, and it's one of my favorite ways of doing it. Now, a lot of people say that you need to go buy a pendulum, which looks something like this. This little thing with a point on it, okay? Now, I actually don't use a pendulum. I always use a personal item. I'm just using this as an example and showing it to you because my daughter actually picked it up for me. And so I put it on one of my son's gold chains. While he's gone, I always wear his jewelry. So I put it on one of his gold chains to use it and show you as an example, okay? Now, I don't know if you've ever noticed in my videos, I usually wear a necklace around my neck. Oh, I got a piece of hair in my mouth, gross. And this is what I usually wear, okay? And what is at the end of it is my son's ring from when he graduated from the Marines, from Paris Island. So that's what I always wear around my neck, and it's also what I use to communicate to the other side. So if somebody calls me and they want to know something, I usually take this off my neck and I use this. But I'm also going to use this as an example because they're two different things, but they're both personal items. So you don't have to go and purchase a so-called pendulum with a point on it, okay? You don't. You don't have to do that because I use my son's Marines ring, all right? Now, since my accident in November, it doesn't even have to be a personal thing of mine. I can be out somewhere and somebody can give me the necklace from around their neck and hand it to me, and it works just as well. I don't know, I'm just transferring my energy, and it's just gotten like, I don't know, 100 times worse since my accident in November, but in a good way. And a lot of my friends know I had kind of a difficult time when I first came back because I was just trying to just deal with the newness, but I'm totally cool with it now, and I'm doing just fine. So we're good. So basically, I guess I'll use the traditional one. Well, it's not really a traditional one, but I'm going to start by showing you what the traditional one would do, because it has the point on it, okay? So, and this is on my son's chain, but they usually come with like a 6-inch, 8-inch chain on it that's not actually a necklace. I'm just happening to use a necklace. Now, what you would do, or what I would do, is a lot of people, if they have the short one, they'll just kind of pinch it between their fingers, okay? I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. If not, I'll move the pendulum over, not the pendulum, the Ouija board over, and I'll do it so maybe there's a lighter background for you so you can see it. So a lot of people will pinch it, but what I do is, because the chain's longer, I always take the second finger in, my middle finger in, and then I'll wrap it around my index finger. So then it's just easier. And a lot of times I'll just open my hand and let it do its own thing because I don't want to interfere with, you know, what they're trying to say. So usually these are yes and no questions. So I will ask a question, for example, and it'll say yes, no, or I don't know. Now, the way your pendulum swings will be different from mine, or it may be exactly the same way. It really depends. For me, yes is front and back. Okay? No is in a circle, and I don't know is side to side. Okay? Now, when you first get your pendulum, put your energy into it, and start asking questions like, so you can start gauging what your yes and no and I don't know is for your particular pendulum. Okay? So what you would do is you'd say, I'll use this as an example. For the yes, you know, you want to ask questions that you know are obvious yes answers, and then of course for the pendulum to tell you no, you want to ask an absolute obvious no question. So I'll give you an example. Watch this. Is my name Buffy? See how it's going front to back? Okay. Is my cat's name McLovin? See how it's going in a circle? It's saying no. Now, it got a little confused there in the beginning because I actually had a dog by the name of Dutch McLovin. I had an English bulldog. So for a minute there, I think it got a little confused. It was like, yes, oh, wait, no. You don't have a cat, but I did have a dog. So that was my bad. Let me do something a little more easier. Am I wearing a hat? All right, see that, how fast it took off and how big and wide of a circle of no that is? It's not confused. They're not confused. And then, of course, I don't know would be side to side, and they may know, so it's hard for me to gauge what would be an I don't know question for them for this particular thing, because we are talking about the other side, and it depends on if you get an ancient god or a goddess, an angel or archangel or anything along those lines. More than likely they do know. The spirits of the mortals of people that have actually passed away, well, they would give you more of I don't know answers, you know, because they're not all-knowing, or for the most part all-knowing, like our ancient gods and goddesses are, for example. Okay, so that's that, and I'm going to go ahead and find out if there's, so that's what you would do. Oh, well, let me finish with that. I always get ahead of myself when it comes to something like this. So basically, you'll do that a couple times. You'll ask yes and no questions to gauge which way your pendulum is going to swing. You know, and mine swings this way. Yours could swing this way. You know, it really depends. So just be sure to ask a couple of yes and no questions and get it geared up and gauged to your personal pendulum. Now, they say that you shouldn't let anybody touch your personal pendulum, and if you do, then you'll have to reset it. And that's fine. Nobody touches my jewelry because these items belong to my son, and they're precious to me, so nobody touches them anyway. So they're mine, and I don't have to re-gauge anything. So with that being said, so now you know how to use a pendulum, a personal item, go buy one, and this is cheap. This little purple thing here hanging on my son's chain, my daughter picked it up for like $1.50 at the some kind of clearance bin somewhere, and brought it home for me. She was like, here. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I'll do a video tonight on pendulum. So here we are. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start with this one. And let's just find out if there's anybody here with us. And you'll just kind of see how this works. Okay? And I don't know if there's anybody here or not, but they're usually around me, so yeah. Is there anybody here? Yes. See? Are you an ancient god or goddess? Yes. Usually, some of them don't like me, so let's find out if this one does. Do you like me? No. See how it's going around in the circle? Okay. Is there anybody else here with you? Yes. Ooh, nice. Are there other ancient gods or goddesses here in my house with us? Saying no. Okay. That means, now that he's saying, oh, I don't know if it's a male. Are you a male or, wait, are you a male? Ooh, no wonder she doesn't like me. I thought it was a male. It's a female. So I've got an ancient goddess here. So you are an ancient goddess. Yes. Okay, my bad. Whoops. Okay. Do you like me better now that I got it right? No. No. See, they all don't like you, so be careful, okay? And that's okay. I'm not concerned. Ooh, she really doesn't like me. That's spinning wide. Okay. So when she said that there was no other ancient gods or goddesses here in the house with us, what she means is there's no other demons here. It's her. I've got one here with me. But she's an ancient goddess. I'm just using the word demon or term demon for you so you understand, because in modern days, that's how they're spoken of, unless you're somebody like me. But they're not. They were demonized by the church, so it's a crock of shit. So they're not really demons, okay? So when she says that there's others here, but she's not alone, that means that there are actual human spirits here. Now, an ancient god or goddess has never, ever been in human form. They have never been human, okay? They're tens of thousands of decades, centuries old. You know, they have been here since the beginning, okay? So when she says no, that means that there are human people that have passed away who are now on the other side with our ancient goddess this evening. Okay, so that's what she's pretty much saying. So let's find out how many are here with us. Oh, God. I should know. Are you still here with me? Yes. Okay. Are there more than two? Are there more than three of you? Yes. Great. Are you, okay, is there more than 5 of you here? Huh, great. Yes. Oh, awesome, I'm surrounded. That's always nice. Is there more than 8 of you here? Yes. Okay, I don't want to know anymore. So, wait a minute. Am I surrounded right now? Wow, that's a big yes. Okay. I'm going to switch pendulums. Okay, so I'm surrounded. That's nice. That's always pleasant. But so be it. So let me get this got tied in a knot. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over now to the one I usually use, I always use, which is my son's marine ring that I usually have around my neck. Okay. Is there anyone else here who would like to speak with me other than the ancient god or goddess? Yes. Am I still speaking with the ancient goddess? No. Are you female? I'm just going through this just so you can get an example how the pendulum works. So while you're doing it, you kind of know what to do, okay? All right. So I'm going to go through this and then I'm going to end the video. I'm just showing you how this works. Okay. Are you female? Yes. Okay. Okay, I think she just told me her name. Now, sometimes when you're doing this, even though the pendulum is yes, no, and I don't know, sometimes you'll get thoughts in your head. They have a tendency of communicating with you telepathically. So if you're doing this and you ask somebody's name or you ask them their age, you ask them whatever, you'll get a thought through your head. But you always want to verify that because sometimes it's your own thought and it's not actually them. So I just got the name Mary in my head. So let's find out if that's who I'm talking to. Are you still here? Yes. Okay. Is your name Mary? Yes. Okay. How old are you, Mary? Okay. Are you 56? Yes. So basically, when I started talking to her, she introduced herself to me as Mary. And now that I've asked her how old she is, she relayed to me, like I said, a thought in my head that she was 56. And as you can see, that is correct. Okay? So I'm going to ask her a couple more questions. Let's see. Are you stuck here on Earth, Mary? Yes. Are you waiting for somebody here? Sometimes they're not so much as they're stuck, and sometimes you have to rephrase the question. She could very well be stuck, or she can't move on, or it could also be that they haven't fully crossed over because they're waiting for somebody. Now, remember in one of my videos, I was telling you about letting people go. Sometimes they get stuck here because they're not being released. So hang on. Are you waiting for somebody? See, she's waiting for somebody. Okay. So, I'm getting a real bad feeling from her. So, I'm going to ask her some specific, oh, see the hair, well, you can't see it, but the hair on my arms is standing straight up. So, I'm going to ask a couple more questions here. Mary, let's see. Mary, have you been here before? Yes. Mary, is reincarnation real? Yes. Well, we know that. Duh. That's why we have soulmates and so on and so forth, because they travel lifetime to lifetime to lifetime with us. But, Mary, are you coming back here again? No. Okay, I'm going to let you see that spinning in a circle. And you can see my hand is not moving at all. It's very steady. Okay, she's not coming back again. Mary, are you choosing not to come back again? No. Okay, so basically said she's choosing not to come back again. So it's your choice not to come back here again? No. That means they're not letting her come back. The powers that be. Okay? So that could mean a couple of things. And since the hair is standing straight up on my body, I think I'm dealing with an intranquil spirit here. Hang on just a moment. Mary, oh God, okay, yeah, this isn't good. No, it's not bad. Okay, so, I mean, the feelings that I'm getting, because I'm ultra sensitive, especially now, it's not that she's a danger to me and I'm not afraid of her, I can feel her emotion, okay? And it's very strong. But she's not a threat and she's not a danger at all. It's nothing like that at all. So don't get freaked out when I say stuff like that. I don't mean it in that way. So, yeah. Mary, are you in tranquil? Are you an intranquil spirit? Yes. Now, Mary being a 56-year-old middle-aged woman, I seriously doubt that she is one of the intranquil spirits that, are considered the worst of the worst of society, like the murderers and the rapists and the child killers and all these sick bastards that, are just burn in my book, just burn in hell, you pedophiles. So she's either died in a very traumatic way, she was murdered, or suicide. Hang on. Mary, I already know the answer, but I'm going to run through the questions so you can see how the pendulum works. Okay, I already know. She's already told me. Wow, okay. Mary, were you murdered or killed by somebody? I'm going to start with the no questions first so you can see how it's going in a circle now. Mary, did you die in a car accident? No. Mary, did you commit suicide? Yes. Okay, so I'm sorry, my hand was shaking a little bit there. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you see that again because I just have a lot of overwhelming, just sadness actually right now, just a lot of sadness, and she's not in a good place. I mean, she's here and she hasn't left yet because she's waiting for somebody. But here's the thing with that, and this is going to probably upset Mary to hear because I don't know if they've explained this to her or not, that if her loved one here, whomever it is, her husband or daughter, her whomever, okay, it's her husband, if they die in a natural way or in a way that was not their own, for example, even though she'll be here when his soul leaves his body, she's not going where he's going, okay? Yeah, she didn't know that. She's not going to where he's going. First of all, I want you to see. So, Mary, did you commit suicide? Okay, my hand's not shaking anymore, so you can see how strong that is. Yes. Okay. So, but you already know you can't come back here. Ooh, strong yes. Okay. So I want you guys to take note of this right now because a lot of suicides, people are hurting really, really bad, and they think that suicide is the only way to escape it, or their lives are falling apart, so they just feel that there's just no way out and there's no way they're going to be able to claw themselves up from whatever hole or pit they're in. But that's not true. Now I'm going to prove something to you right now. And a lot of people at the last minute between life and death, suicides, change their mind. Okay? I'm not saying all of them do. I'm going to probably say 80%. Now, the 20% that don't change their minds are the ones that know what they're getting into when they kill themselves. Because they know they're not coming back because they don't want to come back. And they would rather have that eternity than coming back here again and again and again and again to deal with this society or life that we live in. Okay? So I want you to know that. And that's a rough estimate. I'm guessing. I don't even know if those are real numbers, but those are the numbers I'm going to use as an example. I'm going to say that 80%, as they're, like if they jump off the Golden Gate Bridge out there in San Francisco, California, the survivors have said, as soon as I let go, I changed my mind. Okay? That's pretty much the same with pretty much most suicides. I'm going to just say 80%. And the other 20%, they just don't want to come back. Now, for example, if I ever kill myself, that's a clear indication that I do not ever want to do this again. Okay? Just so you know and so you understand. So let's ask her. All right? She may be in the 20%, but I don't think so because she's here and she's waiting for somebody. So that tells me pretty much all I need to know. But let's just find out. I could be wrong. Mary, do you regret taking your own life? Yes. Okay. So, I'm not going to continue to talk to her because unless she wants me to. Mary, do you want to keep talking to me? No, see, I already got that feeling that she didn't want to talk to me anymore. She's pretty upset right now. So I just wanted to give you this introduction on pendulums and how to use it. And I'm really sorry, Mary. I'll talk to you off camera. Just you and me. I just wanted to give you an example on how to use pendulums, how to reach the other side. Oh, you don't want to put these together. And I didn't expect to get an intranquil suicide, tonight, right here on camera with you all, but I did. So, that's how you do it. You don't have to go buy a pendulum. You can just use a personal item like a necklace, like I do, and just put your energy into it. Like I said at the beginning of this video, ask questions. Obvious yes questions, obvious no questions, and then learn which way your pendulum's going to spin for yes or no or whatever. This way, that way, this way, whatever, until you get it down. And just work with it, but put your energy into it. It may not work for you right off the bat, but that's okay. You've got to develop a relationship, with the other side. And some people who are very spiritual will just be bam, and there you have it, right? And then you have all these people talking to you, and which can be good and bad. You get some really cool people, and you get some really great ancient gods and goddesses and things along those lines. And then other times, like you just saw, you get somebody who is not doing well on the other side. Okay? So with that being said, I'm gonna end this video for this evening and go ahead and see if there's something I can do to help Mary over there. And as always, angels and my fallen angels out there, have a wonderful rest of your morning. And I know I always say morning, you always probably think I'm like 10 a.m. in the morning. It's like 1 a.m., 1:30 in the morning here. I only do mine late at night, in the middle of the night. So with that being said, have a good one. And as always, much love to you.